Hello folks, and welcome once again to the Movie Mad channel. Today is a very special day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, it's my
Happy
birthday.
dear Jamesy. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, it's my birthday today. So when I say a very special day, it's just another ordinary day. But there you go. So, I told a couple of my subscribers, and two people that are subscribers, but I also consider friends, and I hope they do the same with me. And last week, I opened the door and it was Amazon. I thought, I've not ordered anything for Amazon. And I just happened to mention that I've never seen this film before to Roy Barrett, and it turned up in the mail for me. And I thought, I didn't order that. How did that get here? But I messaged him and I said, oh, breaking my slipcover. I messaged him and I said, did you happen to send me something, Roy? And he goes, is there not a note? And I actually looked at the envelope again and there was a note. And the note is in here and I'm keeping it in my copy of The Shining. And it says, there we go. A gift from Roy. Happy birthday. Get it watched. Now, I actually started watching it before my birthday. And I actually was watching it in my son's bedroom. And it got to like a scary bit and I thought, can I have him watching this? He wasn't really watching it. He was like half asleep, so I stopped. So I haven't quite finished The Shining yet. Is that a bad thing not to finish The Shining? Is that a good thing not to finish The Shining? I don't know, but I got to the bit where he's typing and says Jack is a dull boy. That's where I got to. But I've got to say, I quite like Jack Nicholson's facial expressions in this. And the wee boy, and I always thought I knew the story of The Shining, but I don't. So I'm gonna I will watch the end of that. I promise, and I will do. But I'll have to do it at a time when my son's not up. So we've got that there. So thank you very much for that, Roy. And another subscriber, Larry Boyd, also sent me a gift. And he told me he was sending me it, and I decided I wasn't going to open it till my birthday because that is the way you should do it. I didn't know that was a present for Roy, otherwise I would have probably waited. But he sent me Red Sonja on 4K. I'll show my wife, but she's not paying attention. She's got her headphones in, she's just ignoring me. So he sent me Red Sonja on 4K, and when this first came out, I thought, I always want to get the 4K. I did get the Blu-ray from CEX, but look at that cover. And I remember this movie, Bridget Nielsen and Arnold Schwarzenegger, from my childhood. And I'm very happy to receive that. So again, what a wonderful gift. And I was going to say, thank you to both my subscribers and friends for sending that to me. Really appreciate that. 4K and Blu-ray included. So as a bonus, I can trade in my Blu-ray on that one. So that's perfect. There we go. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I do try and keep them sealed till I watch them because I think it just keeps them in good condition. So we'll keep that sealed for now. And Roy mentioned about the 2 for 10 Blu-rays on the Movie Mad Facebook page. If you haven't joined that, go online and have a look. Just type in Movie Mad Facebook page, and basically it's a page just for deals. We try and keep it to deals only. There's occasional bit of chat in there, but we try and keep it to deals. And Roy found 2 for 10 on Amazon, and Neil Hill found that when you put in the 2 for 10, you actually got 2 for £6, and in there was Hocus Pocus. So I bought 2 copies for £6 for both, took them to CX and traded them in for 16. And the reason I traded them in is I already have it, but for £6 that gave me £16 of vouchers. So Roy had obviously decided to order a couple of different ones as well as the Hocus Pocuses in that deal, but he had forgot to change the address and they arrived at mine. So he ordered for himself Starship Troopers and Coco. Now I've already got Starship Troopers, but I haven't got Coco, and I thought, you know what we could do is we could just tape that envelope up and post it back to Roy, but it probably cost about £3 or £4 postage. So what I thought is, why not just go to Amazon and reorder them? It'll cost me £6 and I can keep these 2, or keep the Coco. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the Starship Troopers one yet, because I think my copy is a... You He Stops Mid-Sentence is a German release. Now, so I might be happier with the British release, so I'm not 100% sure. So I decided I'll keep. So I was going to post them on, but I thought I'll just reorder the. I'll reorder the other two to Roy, and I'll keep these two for now. So that was appreciated. Thank you very much again, Roy. On there, and I happened to go to the charity shop the other day, and they had 3 for £1, and one of them was the complete Indiana Jones box set on DVD, and that trades for £1.50. So I thought, if I buy the 3 for £1, I'll get my £1.50, and I can keep the 2 Blu-rays. And now this is the thing with my double stack collection, and the way my collection is. I can't remember if I've got everything. So these 2 movies I picked up, I might have copies of, but again, I'm not 100% sure. But for 33p, I thought we'll take them. And first one is The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. And I have seen this one. There's a wee interesting story about this one. So when this first came out, I really wanted to see it. And one of my friends at work had purchased a bootleg copy. And I thought, asked them to borrow it, and I borrowed it. And when I got the bootleg copy, I cracked the disc in half. And I was like, oh no, can I give them back to it like that? So you see what I mean with lending things, you know, some things that happens. I thought, I can't give them that back and snapped in half. So what I done is I actually bought an original copy and gave them it, and I thought, that's what I get. You know, I could have bought the original copy and watched it myself and kept it, but I gave them it back. So I'm happy to get this one into my collection. And for, you know, and I think I paid £15 for that DVD at the time, and I was like, oh, and then I didn't even get to keep it. So to find it in the charity shop for 33p, that's a real bargain to me. And it's got a nice wee slip on it as well. I'm not 100% sure. Saying I'm not 100% sure I've got it, but I couldn't leave it for 33p. Nice disc art as well. And it's a story of a fighter, winner of 2 Academy Awards, whose brother is also a fighter and coaches him. Interesting watch, I enjoyed this one. It says, winner of 2 Academy Awards, Best Supporting Actor and Actress. So I picked that one up. And I also picked up Rock and Roller. Again, I'm pretty sure I've seen this film, but I can't remember it. Honestly can't remember it. So again, for 33p, I took it. And again, nice disc, nice artwork. Perfect condition. So there you go. Now, I have one more that I found in the charity shop. And I'm having a bit of a collector versus movie watcher type of moment with this one. Now, I have got plenty of Arrow releases. I don't know if you can see them over there. Probably you can't. Let's just take a wee look for a second. Let's move my chair out of the way. Let's take these ones down just now. Oh, my shirt. This bit of paper is a long-awaited video idea that I've never quite done yet, and I will do it. But I'm keeping this bit of paper for that reason. So, I don't know if you can see that, but there's 2 rows of Arrow releases there. Let's see if I can just move my stand without destroying it. Let's go. Let's go a bit closer. So there you go. Row of Arrow releases, almost a full row. And then we've got another row down there. Okay. And the thing is, which ones have I actually watch and like? This is the thing. To be fair, there is a few that I do watch and like. For example, 12 Monkeys, that's a great one. Andromeda Strain, that's a great one. I've watched in all of these. Okay, and that's not, so I've got, what's that? 6, 10, 20, 30, I wonder how many air releases there are. 40, 45, 50, maybe about 100 Arrow titles there. And I've also got let's take you back round again. Let's take you back round. Here we are. My good people. Oh, I'm breaking the place again. And I've got another set of arrows right here. Probably another. Well, there's a Eureka of Cujo in there. Probably another 50. So, my son's football top drying. When I went into the charity shop and I seen this one, I thought, have I got this one? Have I not? And I haven't got it, and I paid £2.50 for it, and it's in a pretty terrible state, to be honest with you. £2.50, and it's the original House of Ice. And you get £5 trading for that. But I'm just thinking, is there any point in me keeping it? Am I keeping it just for the sake of keeping it? And that's a dilemma all collectors have, but my logic in it is that physical media is a dying breed. If I ever want to watch that movie, it's sitting there on my shelf. I don't have to rely on a streaming service. I don't have to rely on paying a subscription. I can just take my movie, put it in the disc player and watch it. If I ever fancy doing that, I can. Whereas with streaming, you can't do that. And I know there's other forms of digital storage and things like that. And I could make £2.50 out of that, but I think I'm going to keep it. And that's the reason behind it. So, I just thought I'd mention that, because it's a wee bit of a thing I've been thinking about lately. But, you know, you only have a finite amount of space. This is all the space I've got. This and another bookshelf that can hold 750 Blu-rays and bits at the top. So I actually found one more thing. Oh, by the way, might be in a terrible state, but it's got the booklet in it. And it says, and then it's not. Oh, there you go. There you go. So, I also found in the charity shop Dungeons and Dragons, the complete collection, and it trades for £5. Sorry, I paid £5 for it, it trades for 11. And like a rookie, I didn't check volumes 2 and 3. Checked 1 and 4, they were fine. 2 and 3 aren't. But I do actually have copies that I can switch out. But I'm just thinking, do I do that, or what do I do? Because I really like this series, and there's an episode in it that I used to watch when I was a kid over and over, and I really wanted to see again, and I have watched it, and it's The Dragon's Graveyard. And this has got a fan commentary track on The Dragon's Graveyard, so again, it's where I draw the line with keeping and collecting physical media. I am not purchasing as much as I used to, but I think that is more financial constraints than... When I say financial constraints, what I mean by that is that I trade up. I trade up by trading things in from the charity shop. Trading things in, and they've been few and far between lately. Hocus Pocus is great, so I've got a few vouchers there that I can use if I need to. But the charity shops have been few and far between, and my time to go to them has been few and far between as well. So, my collection has grown probably at the slowest rate that it has in the last 3 or 4 years. Which, you know what, probably isn't a bad thing. But it has actually kept up. I was going to say it's slower, but it's kept up quite a lot by the subscriber mail, which is really handy. And also, by people who find deals like that. That's an incredible deal Roy and Neil found on Hocus Pocus. So, I hope you've enjoyed my birthday video. I've enjoyed it. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time watching movies or watching something. I watched Hocus Pocus last night, so I'm probably going to watch Hocus Pocus 2 with my son. And there's one actual present that I got that I haven't mentioned that's not media related, and I'll tell you what that is right now, and that is, I lost my wedding ring about 4 years ago. Well, 3 years ago, 3 and a bit, it's probably nearly 4 years ago, and I've never replaced it, because I always think I'm just going to lose it again. So my wife got me a replacement. It's not an expensive one, but it means that I've got it on, and if I lose it, I can replace it for not as much as my other one was what I would say. So I've got this one here that you gave me. So thank you very much for that. I'll let you watch the videos, but there you go. So I shall leave you to it, guys, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday.